The group though. Alrighty, I'm gonna start streaming, or commentating rather. So, 3-0 game so far. Jungle Jukes has looked pretty commanding. United Pingdom has had a couple of chances, but just couldn't finish it off. But, oh, they couldn't finish their turf gap there. And Jungle Jukes is out past a couple, but looks like it's covered. So, oh, this is looking like a cap. Everybody left OD there. But as we all know, well, I'm trying to say this is still within reach, but it's slipping further and further away. I'm not sure how prepared our minors team is here. I just showed up a few minutes ago and volunteered to stream, so far Jungle Jukes has looked pretty good, and United Pingdom has looked pretty sloppy. Jungle Jukes taking the kiss and getting a reset here. This might be another cap, but they boost into Frosty. This has just been basically a cap train most of the game for Jungle Jukes. What's up, Whelan? Oh, I imagine. I don't know if I have audio set up for commentators or not. Yeah. Uh, talk. Keep talking. No, it's not right now. Yeah, I might need to add another audio input thing. Alright, I'm gonna go back to commentating for now. I'll try to figure it out on the side. Thanks. So I had Whelan step in there. I'm gonna try to figure out the audio, but I haven't done this before, so I don't know what I'm doing. I watched like half the videos a couple months ago. He tells me that the United Pingdom locker room is not too happy right now. No surprise when they haven't really done much of anything worthwhile this game so far. But as I say that, Infinite comes in for the cap. Good reset by the defense. Englishmen are going to get out all the way right here, but Jungle Jukes are out again. The Jungle Jukes are really just tearing it up on offense so far. It's been Quite a struggle to get reset and keep the flag on base for the Englishmen. But they've got a reset here, so we'll see if they're able to maintain it. As Infinite's out past 2, and then they get out using the Juke. Well, shouldn't speak too soon. But there's another example of the few opportunities they do have. They're not getting the return they need. But I mean, that's few and far between, so can't really ask for all those plays. And Jumbo Jukes are out past 4. If Suarez can land the boost, they'll cap, but he just whiffs the flag by a mile with so much time. Infinite's gonna be out past a couple. The blue boost up, and he boosts right into Young Zeph. So, a little sloppy from both teams there. Could have been a cap both ways, honestly. So we'll see what happens. If Pinglishman could get a couple caps, they'll be right back in it. We saw a couple teams come back from comebacks last night. I think my team came back from 4 down in just a couple minutes. So obviously not impossible in this map, but I haven't seen anything so far to tell me that they're going to make a comeback. It just hasn't been close. It's been a real struggle. Alrighty, so we're getting started here. If I remember correctly, it's 6-1. Jungle Jukes, who are on blue team this half. I don't have any setup right now, so I apologize for that. Jungle Jukes were pretty dominant that half, especially on offense, I thought. Englishman just really struggled to get reset the entire half. And chasing wasn't the best, and when they got returns, there wasn't much going on there. And then when they did get resets, the flag wasn't staying base for too long. Might be biased as an offender, I tend to blame the defense when things go wrong. It's hard to lose a game when your flag's in base. And there's another cap for Jungle Jukes, so taking the lead up to 7-1 here. Gonna come up with tag per lead, having gotten the pup sweep early. And they're up by 7 caps here, 8-1 lead. So they're off to a really good start, but there's a swing. So the Englishmen are going to put 2 on the board. So they've tied up this half, at least. Kind of the answer they were wanting last half that had never come. And there's another cap. The Jungle Jukes might not be sweating yet, but 3 caps in like 30 seconds doesn't make you feel good. Oh, and if you... that was definitely a cap if he boosted at the flag, but there's a 2 cap swing. I can't even stop to talk because these teams are capping so quickly. This is ridiculous. Oh my god. He got in before the clapping sound there. This is a clinic in offensive defense, clearly. So the Jungle Juke started off with a 2 cap cap train at the beginning, then the Pinglishmen got 3, and the Jungle Jukes got 4 in a row, so they now have an 8 cap lead overall in the game. This has just been a crazy half so far. It's only been 3 minutes. Whatever momentum the Pinglishmen did have, they really threw it away, and it all happened so fast. I don't even know how they got started, but kind of another situation where they just didn't get any resets and allowed a massive cap train. I told them between halves they need to play more anti, and I mean, obviously with 4 caps in a row, I don't think it really happened there, but there's another cap for Jungle Jukes. I definitely subscribe to playing a lot of anti as a player, and especially on a map like this where it can be difficult to get resets with an offender having 4 pretty big options of where to go off free. You've really got to play a lot of anti, in my opinion. It seems like Jungle Jukes have done a good job of getting resets, and whenever the Pinglishmen did have a bit of a cap train, they stopped the bleeding pretty quickly. And that way it's pretty similar to Emerald and other maps of its kind that are pretty fast. Frosty with a nice solo. Another good play by Frosty there. Oh my god, how did they not get their turn? I mean, honestly, that was a good play by Young Zeph, but I'm struggling to figure out that Infinite didn't get their return on him. And another cap off free. This is just getting ugly. I think they're up by 12 right now. So the Jungle Jukes offenders are certainly going to have some nice stats for this week. There's a cap for the Pinglishman, but small consolation right now. It's probably pretty grim over in their channel, I'm guessing. At this point, with 2.5 minutes left, you're just kind of already thinking about the next game. Like if you're the Pinglishman, you just want to settle down and get things back under control and get some momentum for the next game on Cedar. There's a misplay in the OD. That's a good cap by Frosty. So the Jungle Jukes certainly aren't infallible. They've done a good job so far on offense. I think if the Pingdom stopped playing like idiots and started playing how I know they can, they would do a lot better. This would be a lot more competitive. So we're winding down to the last minute here. One more pup round. It's not going to make much of a difference. Infinite killing his partner. And Easy's out with the solo grab. Leo angling for that red boost, but Suarez already knew what he was thinking. Ooh, well, got a little stat pad for Messi there, but I think if you asked him, he'd rather have not lost by 9 caps there. So yeah, not much to say about that. That was pretty grim. All credit to Jungle Jukes for. There was a moment where, let's see, Jungle Jukes went up 2, and then the Pinglishmen scored 3 caps in a row, and it looked like maybe the Jungle Jukes were going to start sweating. But they totally flipped the momentum on its head and took control back, so all credit to them for that. And pretty much dominating, all but that like 40 seconds where the Pinglishmen got to 3 caps, the Jungle Jukes pretty much dominated that game. My team getting a little upset with Goober's chat, which, I mean, he didn't really do anything wrong. I mean, he said one thing. I think they're just pretty tilted by the outcome of that. That was a pretty grim game. So it looks like, if things keep going, I'm probably going to be a streamer for my minors team this year. So next time around, I'll make sure to have this sub set up better so you can get a better view and all that good stuff. So no moves made yet. Looks like Pinglishmen are going to try to use the bombs. And Jungle Jukes could be out. Oh, that was a good move by Zeph, but he just couldn't avoid the spike at the end. Oh, looks like he's going to boost in the gate. So, I think in this game, if you're the Pinglishmen, you're looking for Frosty and Quibble to be more solid as they let Poet out past 2 because they were both in the pub, and he just snuck out and got a grab. But now the Pinglishmen are out past 2, and if Messi can make a good boost, they might have a shot, but he's trapped in the corner now. The biggest thing for the Pinglishmen here will just be to settle down and play their game and get a reset. It's unlike the last game, they're now only down 2-0. But the more the Jungle Jukes cap, the harder the tilt's going to be to overcome, I think. Messi with a couple good moves. Trying to get under Poet. Got a little too cute there, I think. Frosty's going to get the solo grab with the juice, but Poet misses a snipe, so he's out. And Jungle Jukes are fortunately out for the Pinglishmen. Not super good at watching the whole game, but I don't know if I've even seen the Pinglishmen play anti really, which, I mean, it's hard to win games in today's competitive meta if you're not playing anti. Nevertheless, they do get the reset with the flag carrier dying close to base. And Jungle Juke's going to be out past 2 again with the boost in. He's biding his time and gave up his pass 2 advantage for some reason. I think if he had just boosted somewhere safe, he could have capped easily. Maybe he didn't get a call out from the defense. Jungle Jukes are going to be out past 3 now. So getting quite a bit of chances, and this is past 4, so it should be a cap. And it is. Oh, that was so close. We've got another situation with a never-ending cap train. I have to. I hate it when Radius players say this, but I have to wonder at this point if Sphere is really causing problems for the Jungle Jukes defense because they've had one of the best defenses in the league so far, is my understanding. I haven't been able to watch their games in person, but I had a. I've had really high expectations for this defensive pairing, and they're getting torn up by Young Zeph and Poet and these Jungle Jukes players, which they're good players, but I would peg Quibble and Frosty at a higher caliber. Although Young Zeph's pretty coming into his own. It's pretty good. Poet got out past two there for a second, but chose to go teen tiles, which was a mistake because Quibble was just a couple tiles behind him. Typer League questions. So the game settled down a bit as Young Zeph gets out past two. He's going to have a couple of solid blocks from Mr. Rez and King's Crown to waltz in for the cap. Um, I should just, if I want my team to do well, I should just stop talking because every time I say that they've settled down or gotten reset, the other team gets out past several. But it's kind of a testament to how well Jungle Jukes are doing offensively. They just uh, a lot of times have been able to get out of will against the defense. There's been a couple of lulls, but it's been pretty rough. Oh, Poet's coming in past one, trying to get Frosty out of his hair. Frosty's still running around with that Juke Juice, and the Pinglishmen are going to be out with tie per league that goes out and dies in the gate. And Leo had a bomb chance, but tried to get the angle of the flag and just missed it and went right into the defender. Leo's going to get out past two here, bottom. Nice block from Infinite. If he takes his time, he can potentially get a cap. I think he had a better opportunity there if he went around the back instead of going up in the direction of the defense. Now he's going to sit on the boost. Try to do something with it. He moves for the bomb. It's a nice combo, but the blocks weren't there with the 3 on OD. But that boost to bomb combo was pretty well hit. He just didn't have that much momentum to beat the defender at the end. And I think they saw it coming from a mile away, which kind of helped. Yeah, I was talking to Messi last night about playing offense in minors, and he said he's like, "Oh, my strategy is to hit random map elements until something works." He's like, "I just like to hit a bomb, boost into a bomb, and see what happens," which is kind of what he did there, but didn't work out for him. So Poet's gonna be out past three. Englishman choosing not to use the snipe, and he's gonna walk in for the cap. I think Messi decided to try to bomb him into a spike instead of following him, and then realized he was out of the radius where he was going to get the spike kill, and it was already too late at that point. Oh, a couple good moves by Zeph. Oh, I just wasn't quite there at the end. Not able to take advantage of that juke juice, but Uh, ah, Pingdom getting a reset. Hopefully for them, they keep the flag in base and get a return. Get the flag out on offense and get a couple cap chances to try to get back in this one. Waiting patiently on the yellow boost, I suppose, for the mid pup. Almost misses it, but picks up a tag pro. And Jungle Jukes are going to try to get out past a few with a lead, but it doesn't work out. There's just too many blue defenders for Poet to think about there with a couple people spawning and Frozzy with the Juke Juice and a snipe lined up. So the tag pro is going to be wasted. But that'll pretty much close out the game. Unless one of these teams does something in the next 20 seconds. Close out the half, rather. And that'll do it. Another dominant half by Jungle Jukes. Not much to say other than that. 5 caps is definitely within reach for the Penguishmen, but I mean, having watched the first 3 halves uh, and guessing what the mood is like over in their channel, I don't know. I'm not too confident they're going to be able to pull off a comeback here, but anything's possible. And uh, you know, if they approach it with the right mindset, they can definitely make a comeback on Cedar in the second half. I suppose I should make a tree. So, getting started here in the final half of Miners Week 3 action for the Jungle Jukes and the Penguishmen. If you're the Jungle Jukes, the temptation would be to try to park the bus here and say, okay, we just can't lose a 5 cap lead and take your sweep. But I always hate that perspective. So I think, what you probably want to do here is more of the same. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I mean, they've had like they've had 5+ caps in every half. I think they won 6-1, and then second half was 10-5, and then this one was 5-0. So you really shouldn't change anything. We've got the first round of pubs coming up here after an uneventful first minute. Infinite's going to pick up a rolling mid, but Youngzef's going to get out, and he almost capped, but Leno got the grab out on the defender. And it's return for cap here for Penguishmen, and they're going to get, I guess you can call that a return, a boost into a spike off of a tag pro, I think. So it's kind of interesting. Zeph's coming in past a couple. The flaccid from the Pinglishman, and that was a pretty ill-advised grab there. Quibble's gonna be out past a couple. A little bit of deft move. Sarah's not guessing that she would go through the gate there. And now she has a chance to get a return for cap if the cards line up right, but Young Zeph's just gonna chill out, uh, knowing the defenders have to give up a handoff if they come get him. And Quibble's just running around like mad right now. And she's gonna end up getting sniped. Now, Infinite's got a rolling grab. Both FCs are defused. And we're back to a stalemate with the flag. Um, and now the Pinglishmen are going to be out past 2 with another chance to get a reset from the defense. Frosty making the rundown with that Juice. So here's their opportunity to get it in. But they're just too slow to capitalize, and the third guy gets there and gets out. They've got another chance, but Poet gets the possibly lucky, possibly planned snipe off the block right into Infinite Sky, who's trying to walk in for the cap. And there's another cap for the Pinglishman. So they've had some decent chances here. I mean, it could be 4-1 right now. But alas, it's 2-1. But still, they are just back by 4 caps now. So if they are patient and keep chipping away at the lead here, we might see a good game. Quibble so far has just been dynamite with the flag. Oh, I just lagged out over there, sorry. I'm a Radius player now, what can you do? Oh, I think they'll get it, maybe? Oh, both defenders went to block the same guy. Might as well take it. No, well, Quibble did the right thing and tried to take the kiss to get the reset, but both defenders came off the flag. Uh, I guess it's not the right thing if the defenders aren't on the flag, just a miscommunication, and they suffer for it. So the Pinglishman had a chance, a really good chance there to get another cap and just be down 3, I believe. Uh, but the Jungle Jukes were able to save it and get a counter and even this half back up and reestablish their 5 cap lead. So that's a little bit frustrating if you're the Pinglishman. You're one play away. And there was a really close moment in that too, to just being back by 3 caps with 6 minutes to go. But now you're down 5 with, at this point, 5 minutes to go. So it'd be easy to be frustrated at this point. Quibble's going to pick up Juice mid. And there's a rolling bomb on Ree now for the Jungle Jukes, and they're going to hand off to it, but the Pinglishmen get the defuse, and they're going to get ahead. And this is looking like a reset for them. It's a little cliche, but there's certainly enough time left to mount a comeback. They're going to have to win pup rounds, which I think they did a better job of last half. But I think overall haven't, done enough with that to really cause any problems for the Jungle Jukes. Jungle Jukes are dead. They had a really good cap chance there, but Poet might have been a little too eager with the pass three and boosted right into a defender. But Cerez is going to dance around and walk in for the cap. little bit of coast. That's alright. I like boating in games. You could have voted it harder, but he was a good sport for not doing it. So. Oh, that's definitely another cap. And whoever that was just missed the flag by a couple of pixels there and went right into the defender. So overall, the H2 attempts by Penguishman have been better. Just looking for any kind of silver lining here. I don't want to be too mean, but I say it because I have high expectations for this team. So it's kind of disappointing to see the results so far tonight. Maybe it's just lack of practice, or they might tell me afterwards that they've been spearballed. Good cap. Uh, but personally, I hate the spearball excuse. So here we are, winding down the last minute again. This game definitely hasn't come without its chances for the Penguishmen, but with a 5 cap deficit and 45 seconds to go, it's not looking the best. At this point, the offenders are probably wanting to pad their stats, and um, I think you're just trying to find any silver lining. But all credit to Jungle Jukes who have 100% earned a sweep this week. The defense has been solid throughout, and the offense just really was really pretty dominant throughout the game. They did a really good job of switching on and off at both positions and played a really balanced game, I think, with each other. They had quite a bit of chemistry compared to the Englishmen. And just really played strongly. I'm very impressed uh, with that team at the moment. So thanks for checking on the stream and watching my first stream. Hopefully get some more setup going next time to do a cooler one. Adios.